use a Kindle up in a video except for when I'm this tight on space. You guys do not want to see the table around me. There's not a spot that is clear. Okay, this has been requested for a while, so I figured I'd go ahead and do it. And this is people asking about my props, where I get them, how I make them, what are they? Well, for the record, this is only some of my props. The rest are scattered around the table, and I kind of just grab a lot of what I need around the house. So I'm gonna be going over not every single one, just a select few. So let's, I guess, start along with it. First off, this is actually one of my more so favorite props. This is a little mini desk lamp. It actually lights up, around 3 inches high. So, I mean, it's just a little thing. You can probably find these on Amazon for a couple bucks. This is another thing people ask me about, and they're the little handcuffs I use for Kinsville PD. These are actually called finger cuffs. You can get a whole jug of like 100 of these off Amazon for a couple bucks. So they're not hard to get. They're cheap. This is another thing people like to, Lily, those are the props of my cats. They're big, furry, fat, and eat a lot. Not to mention cry and like to be a pain in the butt in videos. You can find them at any shelter. Adopt a cat. Please, cats need homes. This is a little camera. If you ever see the back, it says Rock City. When I was little, we went to Rock City. At the gift shop, I got this little camera. The flash thing has fallen out, but it's a little keychain camera. This is a little mini frisbee I got at a dollar store. I don't think I have ever used this in a video. Same goes for this skateboard I also got at a dollar store. Woo, woo, woo. Oh man, I can play with this all day. Strawberry skate, oh. This is a little mini toolbox. I don't think I've used this much. I put a lot of, that's where my laser pointer went. This is a credit card holder. I got this at a little hardware store. This is, believe it or not, a Tic Tac case covered in tape. And it's got so much fur stuck to it. And for this, I used a really small little tube, like the type they ship like really tiny glass bottles in. These are some things I have yet to use because they're new props, but these are crocheted snowflakes. They look cool, so I bought them. I got them at Walmart. Quilting squares. If you need a tablecloth, get a quilting square. These could range from about 75 cents to about $1.50, depending on what design you get. They cover a shoebox very easily. This is probably another prop people are gonna ask about, is the guitar. How I made this is pretty much, I traced out a design on paper, traced it into the wood, made 2 of the same sets on the back, and then I measured it around and made little pieces that connected around it. And I know this looks pretty crummy. This is also another little easy thing. I just used a piece of scrap wood, put 5 nails in it, boom, you tape it to the wall, you have a coat rack. I have no idea where I got this. It's a tiny little purse. It opens up, but it's a little purse. This is something that could be very useful. It is a trash can. I just took a vitamin bottle, took off the label, cut off the top, and I tried to kind of use some matches to melt it to smooth out the edges, but that didn't work. So if you do this, just note, use electric tape. Don't use matches. I think we've just about run out of interesting things. I mean, I have a tiny tennis ball in here. I have an old track phone, a bucket. I see something like good prop and I buy it and I never use it. If anyone ever comes over to my house, which I doubt that'll ever happen, but if you ever do, don't go in my closet. This is a warning from me to you. Don't go in my closet. These are plastic shot glass cups. Very useful. This is also silverware. It comes with white, clear forks and spoons. I think, what are they called? Sample. It's like a sample set. They work perfectly for webcams. Another thing that works perfectly for webcams plates is a tea set. Ignore all that. Another thing that's very helpful is all the food I use. This is literally just cookable clay. Another one of my favorite props, this is a fence. I have no idea where I got this. It works perfectly as a little webkin's fence, like they have to climb over it or just decoration on the side of a building. Next thing I'm sure is one of my more commonly used props, and that is the car. This is a little Barbie car. I've never liked Barbies, I've never owned a Barbie, but for some reason I have a Barbie car. So this is my next prop. Half the time, I flip it upside down, use it as a desk. This is broken. Somebody was going to throw it out. It's a bookcase holder. As you can see, one of the little rods here are missing, so they were just gonna pitch it, and I'm like, I'll take it. This is another prop. Oh. Ignore that. That is for later. That is, shoot, I just broke one of my plates. Well then. This is the next prop. This is a dresser. Believe it or not, it's a jewelry box. These are little woodworking projects that I made. This is just a little desk. It has a 1/2 inch overhang. As you can see, it's very simply put together. Same goes with this table. One piece of wood and it's glued dowel rods here. And that also happened with this table, only it never got painted. This is a countertop. I know it's caved in. It's just a tissue box. Just covered in laminate. I think that's what it's called. Next up is the stove. This is once again just made out of a tissue box. I'll explain how to do it really quick. The only prop I'm going to really in depth on how to make it is the laptop. Just simply put, you take a tissue box, you cut it like this, and then you would take the remaining part of it and you would cut it with a little loop above. And for this, you wrap the entire thing in tape, hot glue paper on there for the stove and the clock and the dial, and then you use a scissors, cut this out, tape a little handle or hot glue, and boom, you got yourself a stove. Next, of course, the refrigerator. It's an entire tissue box. Obviously, you need to hack off the side that has the tissues on it, and then get another piece of cardboard, possibly from another tissue box, tape it, and then I use mine for the back. And then you just cut holes in it and get handles, open it up, close it. It's really simple, honestly. Everything's covered in tape. Tape, 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 tape. Anyways, the stuff that's now for later is for now. I'm going to show you how to make the computers. I have several here. This one is my favorite. It was my first. Anyways, I'm going to show you guys how to make it because this is by far the most requested prop I have ever had. So what you need to make a computer is a tissue box, some clear tape. I just use packing tape because it's easier. Any type of tape, your choice of color. I'm using 2 different ones. Paper and a pen, pencil, Sharpie, whatever. What you're gonna wanna do is you're going to want to choose where your computer is. You can make 2 computers actually out of 1 tissue box. Probably shape it up a little more to try to make it look somewhat decent. I am doing a very poor job. I think I'm just gonna get our tissue box. With your tissue box, what you will need to do is cut it from about right here or straight down the center if you wanna make 2 computers. Just a little smaller. I'm not gonna do that. And it might not be too bad of an idea to collapse the tissue box first. Just make cutting a little easier so you don't screw up. Obviously, it kind of folds a little awkwardly, so we're just gonna fold it up like this and trim off this bit of an excess so it folds nice and evenly. Now the next step is to cover in tape of your choice. This will determine the color. I'm gonna use this sparkly duct tape along with this electric tape. You can do the next step before this. I personally am not because I think it just makes the computer a little more sturdy. So this is what I have got so far, and it's probably what yours should look like. This is the inside and this is the outside. Next we want your desktop background. So I went ahead and printed out one on the internet. You can search up desktop backgrounds. I chose this one. And there we go, we got our desktop background. And now I'm going to line the edges of it with this, just so the clear tape doesn't show. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna just go over the next step so I don't have to cut away again. You're gonna wanna take some paper, cut it out, and then draw the keyboard. You can also print out a picture of a keyboard. I just find it's easier to get the size and everything all equal if you draw it. So this is my keyboard, and I know some people, they might get really lazy with it. Trust me, I was tempted to just go scratch, 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 line, 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 straight back and forth and call that a keyboard. But I also wanted to put a little bit of work into it, and by the way, this is how the monitor turned out. We're just going to go ahead and we're gonna tape this on here. So after a couple tissue boxes, lots of tape, and a waste of about 2 hours of your lives, you will have this, hopefully. I don't know. Here, this is the computer. But there's one last detail I want to add to the back of it, and that is the little paw sign. You could print out an image, but I'm gonna try something a little different today, and I will probably end up regretting this. There, not perfect, but it's cute. And there we go. That is how you make a little Webkinz laptop. Oh dear God. Now that you've seen the props, I'm gonna give you a little bit of demonstration about how sets normally go with me. We're going to be making 3 sets. We're going to be making a bedroom, which is what we're going to be starting off with, a kitchen, and then a living room. So first off, this is a little area I chose for the bedroom. And as you can see, there is a bed here, meaning there is an underneath. And also another tip, you will want a room that is very well lit. Like this one, I don't have any of my lighting equipment set up. So anyways, this is a little bit of an area. This is my brother's bedroom, actually. So we're gonna have our set right here, but of course we don't want all of this in the background. So for that, we are going to take some black fabric. This is just like normal fabric you can get at Walmart. It's thin. So now this is the results. You've got all the way around the little corner there where the bookshelf is, going all around the bed. And it's a nice little area, still pretty well lit, I say. We get to go ahead and designing our set. So first thing we're going to want to do, obviously because it's the bedroom, is we're going to want a bed. If you don't have a bed or something you think would work well as a bed, you can just take a book or something and put a blanket over it. We're just going to take this and we're going to use it as a bed. We're going to set it, I say, about right here. And of course, we need some blankets, so I am going to just use this little bandana here. There we go, boom, we got a bed. But just for a little added effect, when I was little, I used to sew a lot of pillows, so that we have a little pillow. Next thing you're obviously gonna find in the bedroom is a dresser. So we're just gonna set this right over here by the bed. Of course, your character will need a desk. So we're gonna put the desk, I'd say, over here. Let's pretty much have everything facing the same way. And just to kind of extend it a little bit, put a little table there. So I think it is time to add a little bit of personality to this room. We're going to go ahead and put knickknacks in here. This is normal stuff I just grabbed off my shelf from around the house. Everyone has knickknacks, so let's put a little kitten in a train car. And of course, we have a desk. What's good is a desk without a computer and a lamp. And I'm going to set the lamp on one of these little crocheted snowflakes just to make it look a little nice. Another thing a room would need is a trash can. So we got a little trash can here. Even put a little bit of paper in there just for effect. Let's put a basket, my treasured possession, my Hot Wheels time machine. And of course, who doesn't have a room with stuffed animals? I mean, everyone has stuffed animals. So, I'm gonna add this little stuffed puppy because that wall seems a little barren. I think what we should do is take this little skateboard and lean it right up against it like that. Now this is a tip if your room seems too dark in some spots, like that corner does over there. You can take a small lamp from your house and put it in the side, and it will often look a lot like a Webkinz lamp in a sense, and I think it fits the atmosphere of the room very well. I tend to do that a lot actually, and the camera doesn't want to focus on the kids clip. It likes that skateboard. Okay. Of course, since this is just a little demonstration video, I really don't feel like lugging out all of my lighting equipment because that takes quite a while to pick it all up and put it down. The cats get all into it. That's another thing. If you have a set, you are going to have issues with your pets. Like I know as I was making this, Windsor slipped under the bed. And while you are recording, chances are you will get a little tail or something. Like you'll stick your Webkinz tail or something here, and it will be attacked. Can't really see her, but she's under there. And that is typically how it goes for me when it comes to making a bedroom set. Like I said, that corner is a little dark, and if I actually was going to be using this set for a video other than just a demonstration, I really would set up some lighting equipment or get something over there because it is just too dark. Another thing you can do is if you end up needing a door, which of course is the bedroom, you probably would, you have two options. The second option I prefer. The first option is you use an actual door. I don't like this as much because Webkinz are small. You make it a small little set for them, and then you have this ginormous door. Of course, on occasion, I get lazy, or I just want some variety, so I will use that. Tail. The second option you have is a folding table. I find these very nice because you can find them in any store, IKEA, Walmart, whatever, and oftentimes people just have them laying around the house, and they already fold up, and they already move back and forth. You can just use that as a door. It's very, very useful. Okay, let's go on to the next set. So now we are going to do the kitchen. In this little spot, it is actually very, very well lit, so I don't have to do much. Little also tip, if you're filming near a door that has a screen, move the screen back, and it'll let more light in. The kitchen is by far the easiest thing to do, but probably one of the most boring for that reason. You just stove, counter, fridge, and a cat that wants outside. Now next, I use this a lot. It's a little bead box, actually. I don't want to flip all the beads. I could put a little cloth over this, but this is supposed to be kind of like a kitchen island, so let's move it out kind of like this. Everyone always has like a bowl of fruit sitting out, so we're just gonna have that little bowl of fruits and bananas, grapes, nice little bowl. And let's just say somebody was eating and didn't finish their food, so just leave that there. And let's just say somebody baked a cake and left it out, so there we go. The thing that this kitchen actually is missing is chopped strawberry, a sink, but I haven't actually made a sink. And then Lily's back. Oh, she likes a cereal. Oh, Kitty likes a cereal. Like I said, your pets are gonna get curious. But yeah, this is just a simple little set, very easy to make. The only thing that's not easy is the props for it, but you know, it's basic, looks nice, kitchen-y. So anyways, let's move on to the last set, which is the living room. So this is our location for the living room. And I like this room a lot because when it's actually sunny out and not really, really windy, it gets very good lighting, and it's got this really pretty paint. As you can see, we have kind of a tiny space, and the lighting is not too good. I would set up some lighting equipment for a room like this. The only times I really wouldn't set up some lighting equipment to give a room better light is if the room is supposed to be dark for the atmosphere. But really, trust me, lighting gives so much to videos, you would not believe it. So anyways, let's start off with the most important thing in the living room, a couch. I actually just took some pillows from our couch, and that is what we are going to use. Of course, that took up an awful lot of room, and it can typically sit about 3 signatures, so it's a nice big old couch. Try and get rid of this plaid look. I'm gonna do this. If you don't have cushions or something, there's lots of other things you can do. You could stack blankets, other small pillows. If you want a smaller couch, you could take this and just put a couple blankets in it to raise it up, look kind of cushiony, and then just take a quilting square, put it over top of it to kind of give it a little bit of a couch feel, and you could do that. I personally prefer this because it's bigger and it looks like it'll suit signatures, which I use a lot of signatures in my videos, so half the time. This gets flipped upside down, put in front of it, like a coffee table. Now, a little table wouldn't be complete without a centerpiece unless you have a bowl of popcorn, so we're just gonna put this for a centerpiece. Another thing I would do if this wasn't a carpeted room is I would put a rug down, probably something like this, just for a little rug, or even just drape it over the coffee table, make things look a little nicer. But I prefer the color of the wood and the carpet. Take some cat food! Ah! They love that stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and put a blanket over it so we have a little side table. Also, normally I would put a blanket over here or a sheet, something that's a solid color, preferably that would match the wall, to cover up the filing cabinet right here. And just to make this look a little more fancy, I knew this would come in handy. Bring this up here. I know, fanciness. You can also put a small little lamp up here, too, if you really wanted to. So every living room needs a trash can. Once again, we're gonna set this over here in the corner, out of view of the camera. And that is how I normally do my living room sets. I also realized I didn't cover how to make an office set, but they're just like the bedroom with a little desk area. You just have a lamp, a computer, maybe add a notebook and a small pencil that you've worn down because you used it for like 6 years. Put a little knick-knack or two that someone would bring from home, or you just do that, get fancy with it, get creative. And before I forget, I realized there is one prop I forgot to go over, and it's one of my favorite. I can't believe I forgot this. And that is the guns I use for Kinsale PD. It's this one and this one. They are actually, indeed, that's right, flash drives. You can get this one like that. USB 2.0 8GB flash drives. It's not bad. I really don't use the flash drives. I just bought them because they're cheap little props for webcams and they work. Okay, well thank you all very much for watching this extremely long video. I'm gonna have a field day editing. Anyways, I'll see you guys. Windsor! You just had to get in the video one more time, didn't you? Okay, well, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.